Welcome to another Car Bits One video. This is an in-depth tour of a 1993 Nissan Skyline R32 GTR. In this video I'll give you a full walk around the car. I'll show the exterior, the interior, a couple of interesting features of the car, and so on. Let's get straight into it. So as the front, you've got standard halogen headlights, as you can see. Now, being the 93 version, I think on 1994, they actually went from a orange indicator to a clear indicator. So in my biased opinion, I think the orange one actually looks a little bit better. And so towards the front, you got standard halogen headlights, as you can see. Now, being the 93 version, they came with the orange style indicators, whereas on the, I think it was from 1994, the last year, it switched from the orange indicators to the clear ones. And in my biased opinion, I think the clear ones look a little bit more nicer. Sorry, there's someone actually doing a little detail on an Evo over there. Show you the front end. Now, this one is the non-V-Spec version. So in terms of the differences, the V-Spec version actually has got these holes in front of the bumper there, which you don't see on this one. So if you go for the V6 version or the R32, they remove, it's a little bit more powerful, which I'll leave in the motion graphics. Also, you lose ABS as well, so those are little slight differences. So the way to tell whether you've gone to a V-Spec version or non-V-Spec version is the front end. So I personally like the look of the non-V-Spec version because it kind of looks a bit more cleaner. So you can see the front grille there looks also pretty clean and tidy, and it's actually really good, clean looking GTR as well. So you can see the front number plate sort of bent just into shape, because obviously these vehicles were more designed for the Japanese style number plates, which I thought was actually quite funny. So in terms of power, these make about 208 kilowatts of power. It's a 2.6 litre inline 6-cylinder engine, and these actually are rated, can handle about 800 horsepower, which is actually quite impressive. So I thought it was actually pretty interesting. And these will also fit with a 5-speed manual. And in terms of fuel consumption, I'll leave that in the motion graphics as well. So I'll just show you the sides of the R32. Now I'll just show you the wheels. Now these wheels are actually aftermarket wheels that are fitted onto this car. So these are not the original wheels, they're actually a little bit more smaller. And it's funny how cars have gone bigger and bigger with the wheels. So you can see these are fitted with some nice raised wheels. Really nice. And you can see they've even got the original brake calipers there, which are pretty nice. And in terms of the tires, they are a I'm not sure if I can read it. It looks like a Falcon A Zenith FK 510 tire. In terms of the tire size, it appears to be a 17-inch tire. So pretty, not too big and not too small, which is actually just as good. So it makes it a little more comfortable when you're driving as well. So I guess that's pretty cool. You can see it's actually quite, I think it's been slightly lowered as well. And yeah, pretty cool. You can see them, the brakes there look really nice. Show the side view. It's a lot bigger than I expected. Actually, I've never seen a GTR up in person, so it's actually quite a big car. You can see you've also got a rear wiper, which is actually quite thoughtful because you do get a little bit of rain and stuff like that. And I'll just step back over here to show you the rear. You can see you've got a aftermarket exhaust here. You can see you've got 2 tow bar hooks there as well. And you can see also the rear end here, which is actually pretty cool. Got the Nissan emblem there. You can see over here the GTR. You can see you got your indicators here and here. And you can also see you got your reverse lights over here as well. While we're here, just to show you a little fun fact. So the thing about Japanese number plates, what people don't know is people always wonder what are these little trays for, these little sort of things for. So what they're designed for is like when you want to change the bumper, you can flip this up and it'll be nice and vertical like that, and you can remove the bumper. So it just makes it a bit easier, because I think there's a rule in Japan that some cars have these special bolts that cannot be undone. They have to be they're done at the registry, so no one can steal your number plates. So that's the way they bypass the system. Other thing is people actually do is they move this upwards, which you can't do in this situation. Move this upwards so people can't see you. So people do illegal street racing, and no one could actually see your registration because you can just flip the license plate upwards. So that was a little fun fact for you guys. Pretty interesting. So you can see the rear wing there. Also looks pretty cool. Well, here I just have to open the boot Now, I don't have the key with me. It is on the top there, but I'm not really allowed to use it. So to open the boot appears to use, says to push to open the fuel cap, and you pull to open the tailgate. So that should have undone this. Yeah. Or maybe I didn't pull it hard enough. No, right, I've been pulling. I was pulled it from the wrong spot. Okay, let's close that there. So here's the boot of the Nissan R32 GTR. So let's see what you got under here. Do you get a full-size spare tire or a space saver? So you got a space saver spare tire here. I actually thought they would put a full-size, because they've actually got a full-size spare tire on the RX-7, so I thought they would put one here. But you've got some decent boot space. You can actually easily put golf clubs, something like that, or whatever you like. And you can see it's carpeted. You can see the carpet's a little bit weird out, but that's expected. And I don't believe they fold down as well. But overall, pretty nice. Nice boot area. And this kind of shuts there like that, and that locks in place. Show you the side view on this GTR as well. Sit inside and we don't have to hear that detailing guy make a little bit of a racket. Pretty nice. Okay, to sit inside. So, wow, it's actually quite low. Well, it's really low. And I'll just adjust the seat, which I don't know how I did it last time. Huh. There should be oh, there you go. There's actually a lot of room in here. I'm actually quite surprised. Yeah, a little bit snug, but there's a lot of room in here, so I'm actually quite surprised. And really good visibility. That's the first thing I noticed. And that's the funny thing about older cars, is because there's less regulations, these could be a lot thinner, these A and B pillars. So it means you can get a lot better visibility. I mean, look at that. You can easily see what's outside. You don't really have a blind spot that much there. I mean, it kind of sucks with regulation, because these have to be thicker and have airbags to support and also has to support the roof. And that was a regulation 2000. So in an event of a rollover, so I know. But yeah, really pretty driver focused interior. So I'll just show you the gauges here. A little bit hard to see, but you can see you've got pretty standard looking gauges here. So you've got a fuel gauge over there, you can see, and I'll just put it into the zoom and you can see a little bit, and I'll try and drop the, there you go. So you got a fuel gauge there, you got you also have a meter here which actually tells you how much torque is going to the front wheels. This is a 4-wheel drive model, so you can actually split power from front and rear, which is pretty cool. And you can actually see how much front torque is happening there. So you got a gauge that does that. You can see you got the speedometer, which is actually limited to 180 kilometers per hour. But I believe the top speed is 250 or a bit more than that. I'll let you guys know in the description and stuff like that. And you got your rev counter over here, and then you've got a oil gauge, and you've got a little bit hard to see, and you can see you've got a hold this 1 second, so my lens was a bit funny. You've also got a temperature gauge for the engine as well. So pretty standard looking gauges, and you can see you've got those traditional instead of those digital ones. You can see you've got those digital odometers and the trip computer as well. So I thought that's pretty cool. You can also see here, you can see it's a little bit hard to see, but you can actually see you've got a appears to be a clock, a digital clock. I thought they would have made that digital if they made, you know, digital clock there. So they put that. It's a bit of a weird location. I would have thought it would be somewhere here, but again, there's no real place to keep it, so I understand. Put like a clock there, which I thought was pretty interesting. They've done that there. You can see you got these other sort of controls here. You can see you got a button for your FM and radio, and you can see you got your hazard switches there, which is actually feels pretty solid. You got your front demisters here, rear demister here. You can see the buttons feel very tactile, and you can see you got to activate your your high beams. Even the switches look pretty cool here. You can see over here, I actually have never seen this before. You can see that's for your intermittent wipers, and has a little nice little feedback here, and a little fin here which can actually adjust the intensity of the wiper control, so I thought it's pretty cool. And they feel really solid. And this is to operate your lights. You wear that, they feel pretty nice. And I like how they've done it very short, because you know they want to keep it more of a driver focused wheel, and they've done that there. And even on this notice, look at this turn signal here, it's so tiny. See, it's like a little slim little thing, look at that, see? But nice and easy to access. Very, very cool. And yeah, very standard looking thing. You can see even the steering wheel looks pretty basic, no airbag, so you know, it doesn't really matter. Who cares? Show you don't need it. So you can see you got it's leather wrapped as well. I know it's been redone. To me it looks like it's already been redone. I can't really tell. So you can see you've got a little bit some black stitching here and all them. You can see the GTR logo embossed there. In terms of the dashboard, it's actually made from a really hard plastic, and it's a little bit soft touch, but not really. And I think it's kind of like dried out, and that's expected of the years. There doesn't seem to be any cracks, but you can see probably in here, it's kind of like a little bit on the vents have kind of popped out a little bit, but this car came out in 1989, so I think it's done pretty well. You can see the storage wise, got some storage in there, which is actually pretty nice. Oh, there we go. And then you can see all hard plastics there, even over here. Or, I mean, this is actually more soft than the top, so I'm guessing maybe this was initially that soft and must have dried out. I don't know, maybe this is the way it is. So over here, so pretty cool. You can see towards the center, you can see you've got your gauges, which are actually more shifted towards the driver. And you can see towards in front here, you can see you've got appears to be a voltmeter, an oil gauge, a secondary one, or okay, I see the difference. This is the temperature gauge that tells you the temperature gauge for the oil, and that one tells you how I think this how much oil you've got in the engine. I guess that's the difference. Okay, so this is a temperature gauge for the oil, and another one is the boost. So this is a twin turbo, so you can actually see how much boost is happening. So it's pretty cool. We've got these standard HVAC controls. This one actually runs on a pretty old air conditioning system. So this actually uses R12 opposed to now what they changed from R12 to R134, and that was I think 1995. So for people who don't know, R12 refrigerant's actually colder. So I think it's about 6 degrees colder. So you can actually get as low as 12 degrees, 12 or 14 degrees, which is way colder than the and then the standard refrigerant, which is actually can only go up to low as 17 or 18 degrees. So it's actually got colder and the air's more denser. So it's really hard to get those refrigerant bottles now because it's illegal, because apparently it's bad for the environment to gender regulation. So it's been really cool to test it out just to see how cold older cars have better AC back apparently. So you can see all these so there's economy, the AC, front rear demisters, and that's the ambient temperature sensor, which I don't know if it tells the inside or the outside. I think it tells the outside temperature. So that's all the original stuff there, and the buns feel pretty solid as well. You can see this has got one of those 2000 style Sunny Explode systems, which I thought looked pretty cool. This is obviously aftermarket, and it's got that, you know, like I don't know if you're old enough, but there's a thing where back in the day people used to steal people's head units, so you can actually press a little button and take this whole unit with you, so no one would steal your head unit. Also prevents thieves attracting thieves and stuff like that. So you can see you've also got a cigarette lighter, an ashtray, and you can see your 5-speed manual, which looks pretty cool. There's an aftermarket knob here, it looks pretty cool, and you can see it's finished in this brushed aluminium as well. And they've installed a new shift boot, a vinyl shift boot, you can see here, which looks pretty nice, and finished in this sort of stitching, which I thought was pretty cool as well. It looks like you got an ETC tag for the tolls in Japan. So, you know, we got those little air tags in Australia that go, I mean, those tags and those CityLink tags, they got those toll tags there. So, pretty cool. Got some storage here, which can store some coins. And looks like they replaced the shift boot here too, which also looks pretty nice. They've done that as well, and it's a nice handbrake there. You got some storage here, as you can see here, and yeah, that's about it really. Oh, you got some dome lights which are pretty nice, and they still work, which I thought was pretty cool. Little small sun visor there, a nice sun visor over here as well, which I thought was pretty cool. And you can see the interior, you got the original seats, which feel pretty nice and still pretty solid feeling as well, which I thought was pretty interesting. And you can see they're finished in this sort of soft, sort of suede sort of material, and they feel still really good. They don't feel bad at all. I don't know if this has got any height adjustment. I think it does compared to an RX-7, or I'm not too sure, because an RX-7 you can't adjust you can only go forward and back, and you can't go up and down, and you can't adjust the steering column. But on this GTR you can tilt the steering wheel up and down, which I thought was actually quite neat and handy. Just to lock it in place. So you can see seats here, really nice. I think they've replaced the carpet, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it looks pretty much all really new. And you got some storage pockets in here too, a little bit hard to see. I think I'll show you. Oh, maybe I'll switch to this camera angle lens there. You can see you got some storage over there too. It's also pretty nice, and yeah, really nice. And this when I switch to the wide angle lens, it doesn't let in as much light, so I might just stick to this lens. But yeah, pretty cool looking interior. See all these switches, window switches here, all pretty nice. And if I open this, you could probably get a better look of the door cards here. All pretty cool. What I might do is I'll see if I can squeeze into the rear. Then I can show you the rear seats. So if I think I pull this one here, this should put the seat a bit forward, so you can probably have a better look at those rear seats. I'll see if I move the front. I might move the front one a bit more forward. I think that'll look a little bit more better. So I'll see there's a little handle here somewhere. Oh, that was a bit violent. I'll switch this one here too, so you can see. So if I pull this, just can move the seats back, and we'll just have a look just to see how the rear seats are. So here's the rear seats of the GTR. So there isn't really much room. I've been in the R33, there's a bit more room in the R33, but yeah, as you can see, you're quite snug. So when I put the seat back up, you're gonna have this. I'm 5'5". I'm pretty short, so I'll be comfortable here, but I'm just good fit. So I'll just show you the dashboard from the rear seats. Okay, and then we'll just... Oh, good, they have a little button there. So if you want to push the seat forward, let's say it's locked in that position, and you want to put the seat forward, there's a little tab there, and you can see over there. If I press this, I can push the seat forward. I thought that's pretty smart. So Nissan has actually thought a lot out of the box. There. It's a lot easier to get out of this car than the RX-7. The RX-7 I feel is way too low. But I guess that's me. Now let's just have a look at that engine bay. That's what I really want to see. It's a legendary twin turbo RB26 motor. So full handle there. Oh yeah, that's right, it's already unlocked. I left it open. Let's just have a look inside. Oh wow, that's light. That's really light. You can... So I'll just open. So I was a little bit confused with which hole it goes into. So this is a twin turbo. So it's a 6-cylinder engine, which was used in the 33 and the 34 as well. It's a twin turbo setup. Pretty cool. Makes 208 kilowatts of power. And on torque numbers, I'm not really too sure. And yeah, and is fitted with a 5-speed manual. So 2.6 liters. 208 kilowatts may not seem like much power today, but like a Subaru WRX STI makes about 221 kilowatts. So, but back then that was a pretty big deal, and it's kind of unheard of. And the amount of power this thing can handle is insane. So, I'll just show you. Looks pretty good. Obviously, you might need a little bit of a repaint, but you can see. Looks pretty cool. See, twin turbo says here. Look at that. See, they've got some additional I just forgot what you call them. I know what it is, but I forgot. I can't be bothered. So anyway, but they've added that in just to help for the airbox instead. So they've removed that just to increase the airflow there. So obviously, which makes it to help the engine more. Some people even like remove a headlight so you can actually get a ducting through there. So it's pretty cool. Kind of add some zip ties, look that they've done, and just to help the heat insulation, stuff like that. You can see the belt, all that. What a tiny battery. I swear these had bigger batteries than that, but this is a very small battery. I don't know if you can see. Well, fun fact, actually, years ago when these came out, Kerry Pucky used to drive a Jaguar, I think it's an XJS or something like that, and he blew the engine or something like that. Then he heard about the Nissan GTR, and yeah, he decided to buy one. So he actually bought two. He bought a red one, which was featured in the Motor magazine, and he had a grey one, I think he bought as well. One for him and one for James Packer, which is his son, who's owns Crown now. So pretty funny stuff, because he heard how much power these things can handle. So pretty cool stuff. Okay. Yeah, I've added some upgrade suspension. I'll just leave it the way it was. It was slightly open anyway. So that's my little walk around of a 1993 Nissan R32 GTR. Nissan Skyline R32 GTR. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the section of the video, and the car over there is getting detailed. This vehicle is available at Bespoke Motors in Bayswater, so I'll leave the details in the description below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.